Have you ever been so excited to use an AI image generator, you type in your prompt, and what you get back is just meh? Kind of flat, a little soulless? Yeah, it's a super common frustration. But what if I told you there's a recipe, a real blueprint for turning those generic tries into something truly gorgeous? Well, today we're going to break down that exact blueprint. You know the ones I'm talking about. Technically, they did what you asked, but there's no emotion, no style. You asked for a couple, and you got a picture that looks like a forgotten stock photo. We are going to fix that starting right now. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got a couple. Super simple, but way too vague. The AI is basically just guessing. But on the other side, we've got details. Age, what they look like, their emotion, how they're interacting. The result isn't just a picture of two people, it's the start of a story. And that is the power we are unlocking today. Creating really beautiful AI art isn't about just, throwing a bunch of random words at the generator and crossing your fingers. It's a craft. And just like any craft, it follows a clear, repeatable process. So here's the big secret. Getting those consistently amazing results doesn't come from luck. It comes from structure. When you learn to break down your creative idea into clear, descriptive pieces, you're not just prompting anymore. You're actually directing the AI to create a masterpiece for you. Okay, so let's get right into this structure. I want you to think of every great AI photo prompt like it has 4 core ingredients. If you get these 4 things right, you are 90% of the way there. And here they are. First up, the subject and their emotion. Second, the setting and its atmosphere. Third, the artistic style you're going for. And finally, number 4, the technical details that give it that professional polish. This right here, this is our blueprint. So let's break each one down. First, subject and emotion. This is all about who is in your picture and what they are feeling. By really defining your subjects, their age, their look, their connection, you stop the AI from spitting out those generic, faceless people and instead put the focus right where it belongs, on their story. And you can really see the power of this in action right here. We're not just saying a couple, we're giving their age, what they're doing, the genuine smiles. That's the kind of detail that creates a real emotional connection in the final image. Okay, next up, setting and atmosphere. This is the where. Where are your subjects and what's the overall mood of the scene? The environment is so much more than just a background. It gives context and it totally shapes the entire feeling of the picture. I mean, just listen to how much feeling is in these phrases. A Parisian cafe terrace at sunset. You immediately have a story of romance, maybe travel. An autumnal forest with soft mist. That creates a completely different mood, right? It's quiet, it's intimate. The setting is basically a character all on its own. Our third ingredient is artistic style. Now, this is where you get to define the aesthetic. You're telling the AI how to draw the picture. Is it supposed to look like a photograph, a painting? What's the color palette? What's the overall visual tone? Using keywords like cinematic film still or soft pastel color grading, well, those are like director's notes for the AI. It gets precise instructions on the visual language. This is how you take control of the aesthetic, whether you're going for something dreamy and soft or something super vibrant and dramatic. And our final ingredient, technical details. This is where you get to speak the language of a photographer. By adding little instructions about camera angles, lighting, or lens effects, you're mimicking what the pros do, and that adds a layer of realism and depth that really makes your images pop off the screen. Now, you do not need to be a photography expert, but learning just a few key terms like these, it's a total game changer. Asking for a medium shot frames the couple perfectly. Bokeh background blurs everything else out, so our attention is right on them. Rim lighting adds that beautiful glowing edge. These are the little details that take an image from just good to wow. All right, we've got our 4 ingredients. Now, let's actually put this blueprint into action and see how we can mix and match them to create some really distinct, popular aesthetics. So, for that romantic and dreamy feel, just look at how we've blended our ingredients. The subject is embracing tenderly. The setting is a misty beach at sunrise. The style is a soft pastel palette. And the technical detail is a shallow depth of field. All 4 parts are working together to create that one cohesive, ethereal vibe. Now let's totally switch it up for a cozy and intimate scene. Here, the setting is by a fireplace, the mood is a warm amber glow, the shot is a close-up, and the key aesthetic term is high-gi.
See? By just changing the ingredients, we've completely transformed the story and the emotion of the image. This table really just lays the contrast out there crystal clear. Look at adventurous versus cozy. You've got a mountain peak versus a fireplace, an epic wide shot versus a close-up. It just goes to show you that our blueprint isn't some rigid formula. It's a flexible framework you can use to build any world you can imagine, just by swapping out the ingredients. Okay, you have the blueprint, you've seen it in action. Now let's just go over a few expert-level tips to polish your work and take your creations from really good to truly professional.
Okay, first, always refine your prompts. Start with a basic concept, see what you get, and then tweak it. Get to know the AI tool you're using. They all have different strengths. If you can, use a reference image to guide the AI. Always specify your aspect ratio. That helps with framing. And finally, use one of the most powerful tools you have, the negative prompt.
So what in the world are negative prompts? It's actually super simple. Think of them as your way of course-correcting the AI. Sometimes telling the AI what not to do is just as important as telling it what to do. This is how you guide it away from common mistakes and things you just don't want in your picture.
And this is a perfect example. We all know AI can be, well, a little weird with hands, or sometimes it makes blurry faces. By adding words like deformed hands, blurry, or oversaturated to a negative prompt, you're telling the AI exactly what to avoid. And that almost always leads to a much cleaner, more professional-looking image.
So there you have it. The secret to making incredible AI photos isn't luck, it's structure. It's a blueprint made of subject, setting, style, and technical details. And now you have that blueprint. So the only question left is, what world are you going to create first?